Am I audible to all? So actually, we have already passed so much time just struggling to join the webinar. So without wasting time, I would like to start the webinar. So we are talking about Azure Files, and as per the name of its service, it describes itself. Yes, it is a replacement of your on-premise file server, but with having enhanced features. Let's dig some more details before getting into it. Let's take an example. In a typical scenario, when our file server becomes near to out of space, then we start thinking of expanding of storage. And for that, we may need to buy additional JBOD disk and add them to storage slots if available. If slots are not available, then we may need to buy another expansion of storage, or we need to buy another storage box. Also, in some cases, uh, like when we already expanded towards storage to maximum supported storage enclosure, then we have to buy storage boxes for that because it is already reached to its maximum limitation, and we have to provision our storage at least for 1 year to 3 years, which depends upon the company policy and allocation of budget to it. And this become our capital expense from the day one, where we have to pay for all planned expansion on day one, and maybe you will consume that or may not you will consume that, but you have to provision those things. uh, this is some expense also. There's some more expense also which incur on it, which is your data center management costs, your administration costs, etc. And by using Azure file shares, you can start your journey with the cloud with having minimum investment. So it is a little bit introduction for our organization, and this is the service which offers as in micro Excel. Now we come to our webinar section, that's for Azure File Services. It should be visible. Please acknowledge anyone. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Fine. So what is Azure Storage Services? It is a file service which is an exact replication or your for your on-premise file services, in which you can add some more values with your existing file servers, which is not available with your on-premise services. It gives you the same protocol which you use for your on-premise file service, that's your SMB protocols, and you can add the benefit to it by using a sync service which available with your Azure files. If you move as it is to the file Azure files, yes, this is what possible, and you can leverage that thing. But if you add the feature of sync, then it will become a product for that, and it will give you so many options for you and so many benefits as well. By using that, you can have the benefit of extending your local file server to a limit of up to 100 TB of a single share. And by using this, you can use multi-sync system also if you are having multiple sites. So you can have the same data to be accessed on the multiple site by using your multi-site sync as well. This is a typical architecture for Azure file structure, where it is shown that your domain controller will be connected with Azure AD via Azure Sync, and you will have a place in Azure AD tenant, and you will get access to Azure files services, file shares. By using this file shares, you can leverage the same benefits which you're having your on-premise, and you can have extended benefit as well. I will come for that point. It is a serverless architecture which supports up to 100 TB of file share, and it will replace and it supplements for your network storage as well. For example, if we talk about a traditional scenario, earlier we were having an files specific file servers, and after that, what comes there comes NAS boxes in the picture. In that NAS boxes, we do not require to take care of any file servers, and we are having this facility within your storage. So you can replace this with your existing file server and your file storage as well. It can give you benefit by two ways. You can directly mount this file shares to your existing client, whether it is your server or whether it is your user machines. Whether you can mount this for your Windows machine, you can mount this for Linux machine, and you can mount this for Mac as well. It supports all of the operating system. And for you can leverage the same authentication system we are having your on-premise by using your Azure Active Directory AD and synchronization. The same benefit which you are having in your on-premise, you will get on the Azure file share as well. You can give the permission, you can assign the quota, and you can share that volume to another, just like that which you does in your on-premise. And it that uh, you can also take backup of this Azure files, and you do not require any additional setup for that. This is provided by Azure itself. You can take backup by using Azure backup system, and you can use it as a share for application also. If you have any application for which you want to mount in particular share for storing the data, you can share this storage with that application also to get the benefit of it. This is an typical scenario for your Azure file syncs, how it works, and what is the benefit of Azure file syncs. For example, you are having a storage of 100 TB on premise, and it is about to fill, and you want to expand your storage. And when you want to expand, you have to consider complete storage, or you would require to have your data which you target there. For example, you want 100 TB more for the year, so you have to use all the disk, all the storage for the day one, and that will be your capital expense in that case. So in Azure file sync, what happened, your as file server, on-premise file server, will be connected with your Azure files, and there will be an agent, that is Azure file sync, which will be installed in your server. And after installing that uh, agent, you can get the benefit of your Azure files in your file server as well. You can enable the cloud tiering. In the cloud tiering, what will happen? You can set the target for your existing storage. For example, you are having 100 TB storage, and you want that 1 TB must be free all the time. So you can set the target in cloud tiering, that we have a target of 90%, 10%, just like that. You have to identify in two ways, either in the days or either in the percentage. For example, if we give the percentage of 90%, if any data comes over 90%, then it will automatically move to the cloud, and you will have that data visible to you, but that will be available on the cloud itself. And what it will happen, it will check about the timestamp of the data. Whichever data is the old one, that will move to the your cloud. And you can still have the data, you can see that, but if you check the property, it will show you zero size, but size on this, it will show you the actual size, because that is available on the cloud. So that is the benefit which you can have by using Azure file sync. You do not need to expand your existing storage, you do not need to pay for your complete storage, you just need to pay as you go model, whatever you are using in your Azure cloud. If you are having only 1 TB data in cloud, then you have to pay for 1 TB only. You don't need to pay for the whole provision. If you have to buy 100 TB of storage for the whole year, then you don't need to pay for day one for that. This is the beauty of Azure file sync. This is what which I just told you, that Azure cloud tiering. It helps you ensure the availability of data. It will provide you metadata for all the files which you can have access. And the another thing which I told you, that it is multi-site access. By using this scenario, you can uh, cache your systems for multiple sites. So for example, if you are having 10 different sites and you want to use the same data across the sites, so if you do not have connectivity between your sites, you can just have an Azure file sync system. What will happen? It will cache your data to the cloud, and it will be visible to all of your file servers. whenever user will click on the data, if it is available to the local storage, it will be get available. And if it is not available, it will just download from Azure and it will provide it to the client. And it will be done on a very fast basis. So customer will not be get any lag for that. It depends on the file size as well. If the file size is large, so it may take some time, else user will not get notified for that. There will be no notification for user. He will just see that data. He will just click on that. If you want to copy, download, whatever you want to do, he can do with that. Azure File Sync, I told you, it is an agent which we have to install on our server, which helps to sync between your on-premise and your Azure files. Oh. Now, this is the advantage what we will get from the Azure File and Sync. By using multi-site sync, you can have access your data from the multi-sites, and by using cloud tiering, you can save your space with your existing storage. You don't need to buy more storage. You can work with your existing storage as well, if you have space in that or not. And you have direct cloud access also. You can access that file directly. Also, you can map your drive directly from cloud to your machine as well. And you can take benefit of cloud backup. And another thing is that you can take snapshot of your file share as well. For example, you created any file and if take the snapshot of that, then if you check the properties of that particular file in file version, it will show you the earlier version as well, and you can restore it from that. If you made some changes and if you want the old version of that file, you can download it from directly, and for that you do not require any uh, cloud access. You can do it from your machine as well. So this is a summary which we can have. The Azure file can be replaced in similar ways. You can complement server that you don't require to buy any storage for that. You can work with your existing storage and you can leverage the benefit of Azure files. And it could provide you the data backup and disaster recovery solution also. You can leverage that one. And this is the pay as you go model. You have to pay only which you are using. You don't need to pay anything else. It's just the data on the rest. What data you are having on the rest on the Azure, that will be calculated only. And for Azure file sync, yes, you can create an distributed file system application by using multi-tiering system, and you can use the benefit of cloud tiering by having the benefit that you just have. You can define that how much space you want to get free in your existing storage. Okay. So this slide, I would to ask Ranganath to talk about this.
Yes, in continuation with with what Vipin said, so we are currently running an offer for our customers for who would sign for Azure instance before December 31st. So these are the services which we would be bringing on. So just yeah. So this is the current offer which we are running it. So offers worth $3,300, which we are giving it to our customers. There are certain terms and conditions are there. So that could be. This is morely since most of the customers who wanted to come on board on the very first time. So what we have taken is we have set ourselves as a prima facie customer service is the most important one. In line to that, your first 50 hours of post deployment, you will get it as a free of cost for that is valid for 3 months. So this helps you to completely handhold onto an Azure portfolio, completely deployed, implemented, configured, and then training. So post that, whatever the support which is coming in, you would get a premium support for that. So after that, you are wish to take you can take our premium support or the other support which is available at a cost. So that one you can take it. Apart from we being Azure partner, we are also Microsoft ISV partner, so independent software vendor. So we have our own product which is called a Q Upload, which that helps you to bring your incoming email libraries to SharePoint libraries. So which is the currently post Office 365 launch, most of the customers are feeling that the incoming email compatibility, if it is there on the SharePoint, this can reduce their workloads, particularly the document oriented organizations or departments like finance, insurance, purchase. So those customers will be benefited. That is we are bundling it along with this. So that's the Q Upload, which we are giving it for 1,000 runs. That itself, a value is close to about 1,500 plus. And then we are also giving you a 15% discount on our professional services. So this is completely applicable for all Azure deployments. And up to 1 month usage fee, up to 1 month usage, of course we have attached a dirham value to here up to 1,000 dirhams on your first usage. We are giving it as free, so that customers can adopt the cloud desktop concept, which is fastly picking up in this region. So this helps you to reduce your ongoing inventories and piling up on hardwares. So this to drop it down. So hence we are giving you this services at a much reduced rate. So that is almost about 1,000 dirhams. Almost up to 25 users can be onboarded on this. And also, as a part of knowledge base, we are also giving you a free 1-day training on Azure DevOps. So customers, these things are available. The entire package is coming as $3,300 worth of free offers, which we are floating on to our customers for the first time who wanted to onboard it on Azure deployments. So any questions, you are free to ask. I have Vipin, who is our principal architect, who can able to drive you, who can able to iron out your queries, and then we can able to take it up further. That's great sessions. Any queries, you can write it to us. Our contacts are left over here, so you can take it and you can reach out us, and we will be able to address you upon it. If you would like to have one-on-one